Hey, what is up, guys? Flex Media here, bringing you yet another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So we're doing something a little different today. I'm providing a little bit of post-commentary on this no-item run, which if you guys stick around till the end, you will see that it was indeed a no-item run. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, oh yeah, real impressive, man. It's one of the easiest teams to do it with. And to be honest, it's true. Honestly, it's, I guess, you know, call it whatever you want. I mean, if you think it's impressive, you know, go ahead and leave a like or whatever. But most players are going to have all of these units. I think the only one maybe you conceivably don't have is Vegeta, the SS4 Vegeta, that is. So let's kind of go over the team here a little bit. So obviously number one, you know, SS4 Vegeta, he needs no introduction. He's very, very good. So I mean, just kind of to begin with, his leader skill. So on about, I guess, half the team, or what, 4 units on the team, he's gonna be providing his 170% attack, which is really, really helpful. And then 130 HP and 170 defense, of course. And then he's, of course, providing the 120% and Ki +3 to the rest of the team. So one thing you guys are going to find out, you know, starting on the 4th turn, of course he has his overpowered, insane active skill. You're hitting the opponent with, I believe it's the ultimate damage modifier, which is like nutso insane, like 650% or something crazy. And you're gonna find that was a big part of how we could do this with 0 items used. So kind of going over the rest of the team, though, obviously we have 2 of those Vegetas. We have the free-to-play Vegeta and Trunks exchange unit. The reason why I brought them is really simple. They stack their defense. Obviously, they stack their attack as well. Now, keeping in mind that they only stack attack, or no, I'm sorry, they only stack defense upon full EZA and SA15. So you guys need to keep that in mind. If you never got to the Extreme Z area where they got their EZA, well, you're kind of shit out of luck for now. But, you know, no big deal. All events come back no matter what. So him being able to super attack very easily, he's got Shattering the Limit and I believe Golden Warrior. I don't know if he has prepared. He might have. I think they do have prepared for battle as well. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure they do. So they're almost auto supering every time. They're starting with like 10 Ki or something nuts every single time. So that was really, really helpful. So, and then obviously, you know, just to make mention, they are a free unit that helps, you know, dominate this event. SS3 Vegeta, he is absolutely a cheat code. Okay, here's all 3 active skills. I believe we only use the Vegeta active skills. This Vegeta, I think, has 2 dupes in him. I'm pretty sure. But the SS3 Vegeta, man, I've said it time and time again. I use him all the time. Mine, I believe, has 3 dupes in him. I would obviously love to get the rainbow at some point, but you know, no big deal. He is on any banner, I think. So is he a DFE? Man, I don't know. It's been a minute. I don't know if he is or not, but he is an EZA. He is an EZA unit. And upon EZA, he gets like a crazy amount of damage reduction for the first 9 turns from the start of battle. So for Super Battle Road, he's an absolute defensive, just, he's like frickin' defends like Fort Knox, or, you know, a brick wall, or a tank, or whatever you want to call him. He just absorbs damage. I mean, these opponents are doing like 6K on a super attack. I mean, it's just crazy, man. So he is an absolute and utter cheat code, especially for this stage. He's just super overpowered. And honestly, in any Super Battle Road you bring him in, he's going to be able to do that. The rest of the team, well, LR Vegito Blue, I mean, honestly, he really doesn't even need an introduction. Okay, so number one, he is a free-to-play unit. I don't care what anyone says, man. He is free-to-play. Why that's even a debate? So to grind up his medals, the Patara medals, you need units that have Fierce Battle of every type. And the type changes every stage. I believe it's in the latter stages of the quest mode, like in the 20s. It's been a long time since I've grinded him up, but you know, the big thing is, you know, a long time ago when he first came out on Global, you didn't have enough, quote, free-to-play units to be able to that had Fierce Battle to be able to grind up his medals. So anyway, that was kind of the old debate there, is like, is he really free to play? I'm sorry, I'm calling him free to play. You can get all of his copies from the Baba Shop. You get all of his Patara medals from the Baba Shop. Last time I checked, those are all things you get for free just by completing levels. Again, I'm calling him free to play, even though he's not a, quote, like a drop unit, you know, sort of like that exchange unit. They drop from a stage, right? So, like, you can even use them in Prime Battle events. You know, that's another thing, is you cannot use Vegito Blue in a Prime Battle because you actually do have to purchase him. But you're purchasing him with currency that you earned just for doing the levels. So anyway, that's a bit of a tangent there. Guys, it should be mentioned also, if you do not have him, please, for the love of God, grind him up. It's really, the grind is not that hard, man. It is not that hard. It just, go and buy the medals. It's just that easy. Even his TUR, just the base form Vegito, he can at least stack attack and defense. He's just not going to do, you know, obviously he can't get an 18-key super attack, and he's just not going to have those monstrous LR stats. So the LR is a big step up, in my opinion, from the TUR, but at the very least, you can use the TUR. So, okay, and then the last unit, again, I feel like is one of those units that doesn't even really need an introduction, LR Pan. She's just so good in every single event. You know, there's obviously a few reasons why we bring her. So number one, first and foremost, 1A, 1B, 1C with a bullet, is she heals. One of the best healers in the entire game. I believe she heals 33% of damage done. You know, okay. So she heals 33% of the damage she does in any given attack. That goes for super attacks or normals. So when you're building her, I would honestly, like, you could go dodge if you want, because she does offer great utility. You know, she reduces damage. She has a high chance of activating her guard, which is a really, really good ability. It's a shame it's not 100% of the time, but, you know, it is what it is. She is a free-to-play unit after all. So when she activates her guard, that's obviously another big reason of why we bring her. She's just able to, you know, really, she's just a defensive powerhouse and offers utility. So anyway, when you're building her potential system, go ahead and give her crits and additionals. If you want to give her, you know, the patented DeTruth DT, shout out to DeTruth. If you want to give him the patented 3 dodge, go ahead and do that. That's not a problem. Her dodging any attack is not going to be a big deal. So there's Jiren with his guaranteed crit. Again, so moving on to, I think he's the last unit we haven't covered yet. Jiren. My man, Jiren. You know, he's, I don't want to say he's dated by any means. But he did come out, so what, he came out with UI Goku? I mean, we're going on, that was, what, 2 years ago now, so I don't want to say he's showing his age, but he doesn't really do, the thing that he does most, and why I brought him, is he has a medium chance to stun all enemies on rotation, and that is one of the most OP abilities in the entire game. It really is, to stun the whole team on a stage where we have 3 or 4 opponents is monumental in your success. It's insane how OP that ability is. There's B-Pan not getting her guard, but we'll talk about B-Pan more in a minute. But Jiren, man, and then after he gets that stun, or let's say SS3 Vegeta stuns the opponent, he gets a guaranteed crit to any opponent who is stunned. And obviously that's another big part of his kit, you know what I mean? So he's pretty good. I mean, he gets 130% attack and defense, so like at the rainbow level or, you know, 2-3 dupes, he's going to have high stats. That'll prove to be pretty effective in Super Battle Road. But as you can see, he's not exactly like an amazing tank. To be honest, I'm ready for an LR Jiren. I think probably for the next big download celebration, I would imagine they're gonna whip them out pretty soon, because UI Goku and Jiren, believe it or not, I mean they're some of my favorite units in Dragon Ball Super, or some of my favorite characters, excuse me. But believe it or not, they are beginning to show their age a little bit. So it's going to be really important that they get a new card pretty soon. So I did want to mention, so going back to B-Pan a little bit, she has that high chance to get her guard ability. Now, when she gets her guard, it's active for the rest of the turn. So you guys will see as we move on throughout the stage, so like for instance, I believe it was last turn and the turn before, she was getting clocked for like 40k on normals, but then the next attack after she supered, she was able to activate her guard, so she has a high chance every single attack to activate her guard, and once she activates her guard, it's activated. Oh yeah. Oh, also, this insane active skill, which boosts all allies' attack by 33% for 1 turn. Now, it's not a true... It's either not a true or it is a true. You know, look at it whatever way you want to, but not a true 33% attack buff. And what I mean by that is it is calculated separately. So it's similar to like... So if you guys are familiar with LR Broly, how he, on his active skill, he gives himself a 48% chance, 48% attack buff. That is 48%, or in B-Pan's case, 33% onto their starting. How do I want to say, like, after they get their normal attack buff, whatever's in their kit. So like if you have attack 100% at the start of turn, that's going to be a lot bigger of a buff for LR B-Pan in her active skill, if you have that starting attack buff, right? So instead of like, you know, attack 100% on super attack, you're not going to get nearly the attack buff because it's on your total stats that she's buffing it, right? So before you attack, that's what she's buffing. So I hope I conveyed that correctly, but it is important to note it is calculated separately, and that's what makes her active skill so amazing. And then obviously she gives that to herself, right? So she's going to maximize her healing. So again, she's really good, guys. Really good. So, but here we go. So that was the team. So as you guys can see, we're getting the Dokkan mode here. This was really, you guys noticed like the turn before I went with LR Vegito Blue, I had B-Pan on accident getting the active skill. And I figured the stakes were fairly high. I might as well just restart the app. Again, it's not really cheating. It's just a part of the game. It's how it's designed. They haven't ever fixed it or amended it, so I really don't think it's like something that really even needs to be addressed anymore. I feel like I do address it though, because I know that, you know, I don't know. Some people have their own opinions about it, but whatever. So on this stage, this is probably the worst draw we could have gotten for a no item run, and we just so happened to get very lucky. So like we're literally up against 5 opponents, and why that's a problem. So Cell is the main problem, right? But there's the problem right there. is, you know, they're all attacking in one turn, right? And they can all potentially super attack on the same turn. And that's usually what kills you. Now, we weren't in any danger of taking damage on this turn. Well, maybe there at the end with the exchange unit, but after Vegeta gets his 18 key super, he basically doesn't take damage, especially not on normal attacks. And then also keeping in mind, now we got pretty unlucky with his counterattacks, but he always has that counterattack mechanic, just kind of, you know, you always kind of forget about it until he does it, and it's like, bam, he whips it out, and it's like, damn, you're good, Vegeta. Damn. Because that, again, that's another one of those things, it just adds to their card, right? It's just kind of, it is a bit of an afterthought, but they always have it, and it's just always another advantage of running them on your teams. You know, and then you can see B-Pan, she gets her Ultra Super, I think it's on 15 key. So again, this whole team is just like, you guys can see, like, you know, it's half free-to-play units. Honestly, anyone can run this. Anyone can run this and no item this. And that's why I felt compelled to do it, because I'm just like, I want to show y'all that this is easy, man. That, like, I really didn't even think about using an item here. And the goal was to not use one. But I really didn't even feel like I ever needed to. Oh, yeah, and then there you go. B-Pan getting the stun as well. So I think she has, I don't know, is it a rare chance or a medium chance to stun? Might be a, I know her TUR is a rare chance. I don't know if she's a medium chance or not. You guys will also notice the only true rotation I had was LR B-Pan and LR Vegito Blue. And that's because they shared Shattering the Limit and Legendary Power. Shattering the Limit, I just wanted to make sure that LR Vegito Blue and B-Pan were able to super every single turn, because, you know, LR Vegito Blue needing his 12 key super to stack his defense, I found, you know, really important. And then obviously B-Pan supering was really important too, because she heals upon every super. And then LR Vegeta rarely, I think we saw it one time in this event where he did not super attack. It's rare that he doesn't get one. You just need a little tiny cluster of orbs for him to usually 18 key super. If you get like 2 or 3 rainbows, I mean, forget about it. It's like an auto 18 key super, which again makes him so good. Now, we took down our biggest threat in that LR, I'm sorry, it's actually an SR cell. So we took down our biggest opponent there. These guys go down with very, very little challenge at all. So right now we're kind of just in the waiting game. Even at that low amount of health, number one, I know B-Pan is going to heal us. Vegito Blue is about to get a monstrous attack stat. I consider, in my opinion, I think LR Vegito Blue is probably the best free-to-play LR in the entire game. I know, like, on JP, they have, like, Prime Battle Cell and this and that, but I'm sorry, man. LR Vegito Blue, I find myself using him on almost every single team I can run him on. He's just that good and that dominant. That stacking attack and defense, or you know, I have mentioned before, the Dokkan community calls it the, quote, Kaioken mechanic. Now, one thing that we just didn't do is stack his attack and defense there. So that's why he took so much damage. So anyway, guys, him stacking his defense is really important. And as you can see, like I said, these cells, I think, just have like 1.5 million health. I mean, it's nothing crazy. And we're about to get a double active skill from the LR Vegetas. I mean, now, it did get a little dicey here, because I was not able to super with everyone, as I recall. So I wanted to time it out where we're about to take down this Cell Junior here. The one that I think was missing health. Yes. Okay, so we did. Now, I had to time it out as well, where we could get Vegeta, where we could take down the cell on the end. See? So the one that was attacking Vegeta.
because I had a feeling that LR Vegeta was not going to be able to get his 18 key, and that is something that you need to account for. You know, if you're not able to get him his 18 key, he can get touched up a little bit. I mean, it's the reason why LR Goku is just a little bit better than him, is because he can't get defense on his 12 key super. So, but again, I'm not foreseeing this being an issue at all. However, if that Cell Jr. were to super attack us on the end, we would die. And that would be super, super annoying, right? So, but we are winding down to the end of this run, guys. As you can see, it really didn't take that much effort. This was the only point in the fight where we were close to dying. I think we had LR Vegito Blue finished off. Yeah, I got him a big attack. LR Vegito Blue, man, just the ability for him to, number one, stack his attack and defense, and then number two, I mean, he's about to get like 2.5 million attack stat here. Oh, okay, not quite that high, 1.8 million. But earlier in the run, we did get him a 2.5 million attack stat, and it's just so crazy, man. Like, he's just a jack of all trades. He can hit for a lot of damage, or he can defend. But there you have it, guys. One thing I forgot to show the actual, like, no items used portion. Like, I didn't click on the details. But hey, no big deal. If you guys like Super Battle Road, go ahead and leave a like, guys. Comment. Let me know if you struggled with this. And subscribe if you're new, guys. I'm trying to reach more people. That's it, though. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.